You ever see these stories about the ultra-wealthy and wonder how they manage their lives? Well, one of the most interesting things is how they collect passports. Yeah, like trading cards. It opens up this hidden world of global finance, a game that's played by a totally different set of rules.
I mean, seriously, why would you need 5 passports? If you're a citizen of one country, why go through the trouble of getting 4 more? It's definitely not about having more vacation spots. The real reason is way more strategic than that.
And there you have it. It all boils down to those 2 words, options and freedom. Specifically, we're talking about the freedom to legally pay almost no tax, because you have the option to be a citizen of, well, pretty much wherever you want.
Okay, so let's get into how this actually works. This isn't about hiding money in some shady offshore account. Nope, this is all about using the international legal system to your advantage. And it all starts with how different countries decide to tax you. This right here, this is the whole game. If you're a US citizen, it doesn't matter where you live or where you make your money, the IRS wants its cut of your income from everywhere in the world. But if you're a citizen of a place like the UAE or Panama, they just don't tax income you make outside their borders. That single difference is the loophole this entire strategy is built around.
So the logical question is, wait a minute, can I just pack my bags, move to one of those countries, and poof, no more taxes? It sounds way too simple, right? And yeah, it's not quite that easy.
And here's the key legal detail. It's not about where you own a house or get your mail. It's about where you are officially considered a tax resident. That's a specific legal status, and that's what determines which country gets to tax you. Remember this number, 183. In most of the world, this is the magic number of days. If you spend 183 days, that's basically half the year, in one country, you're usually considered a tax resident there. Spend any less, you're not.
Which brings us to the master plan, the end game for a lot of people playing this game. It's called the perpetual traveler strategy. Some people call it being a tax nomad. And yeah, the subtitle says it all, how to pay taxes to nobody.
So a perpetual traveler is just someone who uses that 183-day rule to their absolute advantage. By hopping around the globe and never spending more than 6 months in any single place, they technically never become a tax resident, anywhere. Their income just kind of falls through the cracks of the entire global tax system. And this playbook just breaks it down perfectly. Step 1, get the passports that give you the legal right to be in all these different countries. Step 2, you map out your calendar very carefully so you never break that 183-day rule. Step 3, that means you avoid tax residency everywhere. And the result? Your tax bill can legally go all the way down to 0.
Okay, but how do you just acquire multiple citizenships? Most of us can't just trace our ancestry back to a bunch of different places. Well, for the ultra-wealthy, there's a much more direct path.
It is exactly what it sounds like. They're officially called citizenship by investment programs or sometimes golden passports. You make a big investment in that country's economy and in exchange, they just hand you and your family a passport and full citizenship.
And we're not talking about obscure, tiny nations here. You've got places like Malta, which is in the European Union, or beautiful Caribbean countries like St. Kitts and Antigua. They all have formal, totally legal programs to turn foreign investors into citizens.
So what's the price tag on a new identity? Well, it can run you anywhere from about 150 grand for a passport in the Caribbean, all the way up to over $1 million in Europe. It's a ton of money, for sure, but if you stand to save millions in taxes every single year, it's an investment that pays for itself pretty quick. But here's the thing, you're buying way more than just a tax break. A passport from Malta, for example, gives you visa-free travel to over 150 countries. A passport from St. Kitts might be chosen because it comes with really strong banking privacy laws. Each passport is like a different tool in your financial toolkit.
Now, I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. This sounds kind of extreme. Do you actually have to renounce the country you were born in to do this? The reality is a lot more flexible.
And the answer is no. That's the secret. Most countries, including the US, allow you to be a citizen of other places too. So you're not trading one passport for another, you're collecting them. You keep your original passport for its benefits and then use your new ones to set up your tax situation. You get the best of all worlds.
So, when you put all of these pieces together, you start to see that for this group of people, a passport isn't really about national identity or patriotism. It's something else entirely. It's the ultimate hedge. Think of it like this. If all your money and your citizenship are tied to just one country, you're completely at the mercy of that country's politics and its economy. You're vulnerable. And this is the real freedom this strategy buys. If one country decides to introduce a huge new wealth tax, or if there's political turmoil, you're not trapped. You just legally shift your tax residency to one of the other countries in your passport portfolio. Your wealth is safe because it's never tied down to any single place.
And this slide really brings it all home. For most of us, citizenship is about who we are, where we're from, a sense of belonging. But for the people playing this global game, it's a financial instrument. It's a tool, something you acquire and manage to protect your assets. It's just a completely different worldview.
And that quote really says it all, doesn't it? It's a game played at a level most of us can't even imagine, where the basic rules of borders and taxes just don't seem to apply in the same way. It really makes you stop and think, what does citizenship even mean when it has a price tag?